This is Chairman Jim Hughes. The special meeting of the Ohio Investment Commission is now being called to order. The meeting is being conducted in person and is being held in the main hearing room of the William Green Building, located at 30 West Spring Street in Columbus, Ohio. The meeting is also being streamed on the Ohio Investment Commission YouTube channel. The link to listen to this meeting is available on the Investment Commission's public website. The purpose of the special meeting is limited to the following: roll call vote on approval of special meeting minutes for July 14th, 2022. Review, discussion, and roll call vote on 2023 5-year rules scheduled for review and adjournment. During this meeting, it is important that prior to speaking, each participant introduce themselves by stating their name and title. This will ensure that the audio recording accurately reflects the proceedings. The public is properly informed. For those of you who are listening on the Industrial Commission's YouTube channel, please be aware that if the commissioners would vote to enter an executive session, you will not be able to hear a live recording during that time. When the commissioners exit an executive session, recording will resume. I now ask our executive director, Mr. Tim Adams, to call the roll.
This is Tim Adams, Executive Director of the Ohio Industrial Commission. As I call your name, please restate your name and affirm your presence. Commissioner Karen Gilmore,
Commissioner Karen Gilmore, present.
Commissioner Dan Massey,
Commissioner Dan Massey, present.
Chairman Jim Hughes.
Chairman Jim Hughes, present. We do have a quorum. We will now discuss the approval of the minutes from the special meeting held on July 14th, 2022. The floor is now open for any discussion of the meeting minutes. Hearing no discussion, for discussion, I move to adopt the minutes for the special meeting held July 14th, 2022. Do I have a second?
Commissioner Karen Gilmore, a second.
This is Jim Hughes, Chairman. It has been properly moved and seconded. I also want to thank Commissioner Dr. Karen Gilmore for your second. For the Executive Director, Mr. Tim Adams, please call the roll.
This is Tim Adams, Executive Director of the Ohio Industrial Commission. As I call your name, please restate your name and state your vote. Commissioner Karen Gilmore,
Commissioner Karen Gilmore, yes.
Commissioner Dan Massey,
Commissioner Dan Massey, yes.
Chairman Jim Hughes.
Chairman Jim Hughes, yes. This is Chairman Jim Hughes. The motion does carry. The minutes will be approved. Next is a consideration of the 2023 rule schedule for 5-year rule review. The recommendations regarding the rules were developed and reviewed with our legal department and our stakeholders. I'll now ask Samantha Brown, our Assistant Legal Counsel, to provide a summary and review of the proposed recommendation of the rules currently scheduled for review. Ms. Brown.
Samantha Brown, Assistant Legal Counsel. Thank you, Chairman Hughes, Commissioner Dr. Gilmore, Commissioner Massey. We have 5 rules scheduled for 2023 5-year rule review. They are 4121-1-01, 4121-1-02, 4121-1-03, 4121-3-01, and 4121-17-07. Specifically, 4121-1-01, notice procedure for the adoption, amendment, or rescission of rules. Specifically, the amendments being proposed are subsections A4 and subsection B. The proposed amendments clarify the intention to provide the public with access to rule proposals via internet. 4121-1-02, notice of public meetings. The proposed amendments reflect grammatical changes and provide for the ability of requesters to receive notice via electronic email. 4121-1-03, non-adjudicatory meetings of the Industrial Commission, reflects clarification of the Industrial Commission's discretion to conduct regular meetings, as well as update the process for the keeping of minutes utilizing current technological advancements. 4121-3-01, office locations, office hours, and scope of rules. The amendments being proposed are to be consistent with the updated emergency clause contained with the Industrial Commission's teleworking policy. And lastly, we have 4121-1707, filing of rules. These are being proposed as no change. This rule permits hearing officers the discretion to determine that fee bills for treatments not authorized in advance may be paid retroactively, excuse me. Also, I would note for clarification purposes that all of these rules were submitted to the stakeholders in advance, and we have not received any any sort of negative feedback in regard to these proposed amendments.
This is Jim Hughes, Chairman. Thank you, Ms. Brown, for your analysis of that. The floor is now open to review and discussion of Ohio Administrative Code Rules 4121-101, 4121-102, 4121-103, 4121-301, and 4121-1707. Is there any discussion on these rules or any questions of Ms. Brown? Hearing no further discussion, I move to file Administrative Code Rules 4121-01, 4121-1-02, 4121-1-03, 4121-3-01, with proposed amendments, file the Ohio Administrative Code Rule 4121-17-07 as no change. Do I have a second to the said motion?
This is Commissioner Dan Massey. I second.
This is Jim Hughes, Chairman. Thank you, Commissioner Massey, for that. Is there any further discussion on this at all? Hearing none, I'll ask the Executive Director, Mr. Tim Adams, please call the roll.
This is Tim Adams, Executive Director of the Ohio Industrial Commission. As I call your name, please restate your name and state your vote. Commissioner Karen Gilmore,
Commissioner Karen Gilmore, yes.
Commissioner Dan Massey,
Commissioner Dan Massey, yes.
Chairman Jim Hughes.
Chairman Jim Hughes, yes. Said motion does have necessary votes. It does move and passes. We now just consider all the items on our special agenda for the special meeting. I'd move to adjourn. Do I have a second to the said motion?
This is Commissioner Karen Gilmore. I second.
This is Jim Hughes, Chairman. Thank you, Commissioner Dr. Karen Gilmore, for your second. The Executive Director, Tim Adams, please call the roll.
This is Tim Adams, Executive Director of the Ohio Industrial Commission. As I call your name, please restate your name and state your vote. Commissioner Karen Gilmore,
Commissioner Karen Gilmore, yes.
Commissioner Dan Massey,
Commissioner Dan Massey, yes.
Chairman Jim Hughes.
Chairman Jim Hughes, yes. The motion does carry. At this point in time, we will be adjourned. Thank you.